Good, how are y'all?
Good deal, man. Good to see you. What have you noticed so far about the Oregon State lineup? What have you seen kind of working through that?
They're aggressive. They like to play small ball, bunt, steal a few bases. They try to get offense going. Once they get on, I think they've got some power, but they like to try and move it around a little bit, do some small things.
And then for you, what are you looking forward to attacking those guys?
Trying to throw strikes. It'll be a different environment, but getting ahead and being able to control the running game, keep them off the bases as much as possible, and I think that'll kind of keep them from trying to play their game.
Pitching in cold weather affect anything? So you've been playing heat and humidity for a few weeks now, and all of a sudden it's going to be in the high 50s when you get out there?
It'll be different, but I think being able to practice Friday and stuff will have us being able to adjust to that temperature. But you got to pack warm clothes, but you don't really think about it once you get going and get a sweat build up.
Yeah, so what was your reaction when you found out? Because we haven't seen you since the last time we saw you.
Found out to go into Oregon.
Yeah.
I think it'll be good. It's a team obviously that we hadn't played. I think Vanderbilt was a good team in that regional, but we played them 3 times already, which that's a challenge. Playing them, 2, possibly 3 more times. But I'm excited to go out there. It'll be the first time for everybody, a different environment, but keeps playing our same baseball.
Are you worried about the time difference at all?
I don't think so. I mean, we're getting out there a few days early, so we'll be able to adjust to that. It's different, but I think going out west is better than coming from west to east.
Trace, how about getting the honor of getting the ball in Game 1?
It's a huge honor. We want to go out and set the tone early, like we did this past weekend. Try and get a win that first game, and then go from there. Knowing that Joseph's right behind me, Game 2, we'll have obviously a full bullpen, and scoring 51 runs in 3 games this past weekend. Hopefully we continue that, because that takes the pressure off the pitcher.
Trace, what do you think about the top of their order? The first 4 hitters were pretty impressive.
It's pretty good. They're a good team. Obviously a good team in the Pac-12. So you got to respect them as always. But you don't want to let them kind of get after you or intimidate you, and just treat it like a normal game.
You guys have been on the road, played early this season against Oklahoma and Texas Tech. You've been to LSU and Texas A&M and Tennessee. How much has that prepared you guys for these kind of moments?
It's big. Every SEC crowd that you go away to is obviously a tough crowd to play against. So I think going on the road is no different for us than being able to play at home in the comfort of our own stadium. So I don't think it'll have that much effect on us, but we're prepared for this moment throughout the SEC and throughout non-conference early in the season. So looking forward to it.
Trace, can you talk about this team's chemistry? And it looks like you got some good leaders from the older guys.
For sure, it's definitely a veteran team. A ton of guys, seniors leading this team, but chemistry's great. We know our offense has got our back as pitchers, and we try and have their back every game. But I think it's a great team. We're all close together, and that's helped us be where we are today.
What did you like from Mason on Sunday?
It was amazing. I think it was a career high for him in strikeouts, but I think that's what we needed to start off a championship game in a regional. Knowing we have him, especially our bullpen even behind it, getting split into 2 days was amazing too. But he did a great job getting ahead and getting out of some jams early on in that game.
Does it help mentally at all to know he has his best start of the season, that there's sort of that depth in the rotation and a little bit of that extra confidence going into the Oregon State series?
For sure. You're not worried about any game. If we have to get to Game 3, you're not worried about it, knowing that he's got the ball. Joseph behind you is obviously comforting too, for the outings that he's had this year, and our bullpen has been amazing too. So even if I struggle in a game, I know that they've got my back as well. So I think the staff in general that we have is amazing.
I know you don't worry about opposing pitching necessarily too much, but have you gotten to see any Cooper Jerpy pitch this year?
A little bit. I watched a little bit when he came in that last game against Vanderbilt. Obviously his numbers are outstanding, so it'll be a good matchup Friday. I'd like to think our offense will have his number, but we'll see how it goes.
Trace,
I was
going to say, what does it mean that you can have Casey Howell running down 5 balls in the center field?
You feel like you can get to everything. You don't worry about it. Watching him track down balls is amazing, but having that, even our Bobby in right field with the arm that he has and the range that he has, and plethora of left fielders that we've used this year, it's very comforting to have an outfield of the caliber that we have.
Does it have any impact? You guys beat UCLA pretty good. UCLA fared pretty well against those guys earlier in the season. Does that have any impact at all?
It's nice to know, but you try to not think of it that way. You try and treat every team with respect, and know that they're going to give you their best when we play them. So you kind of put it in the back of your mind. You may think about it now, but you kind of wipe that slate once you get started.